Hey, it's MK, and I am here joining Wayfarer Panda, who is Annette, for her 500 subscriber YouTube hop. I'm also combining this with a couple other hops that I have going on. One is a challenge over on my Facebook page. The other one is the sketch 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today's sketch is by Shayla Kulchitsky. I apologize for butchering your name, but I really wanted to share with you guys that Wayfaring Panda asked us to do a grab 5. So I have a list on my phone of all the things that I'm going to be doing. But what's really cool is for my challenge over on my Facebook group, I do a build a page with dice. I have a list of dice, and then I write it down and share with you guys what I'm going to be using based off of my rolls. So I have two lists going on with my rolls, and one of them is the double dice use it up rolls, and then, or I should say roll, and then my 5 times for the Build-A-Page. And when I was comparing it with Wayfaring Panda's list, I thought, oh my gosh, there are so many things. I actually ended up using a grab 8 off of Wayfaring Panda's list, and then of course building off of what my Build-A-Page was. So for Wayfaring Panda, she asked for ink. I'm going to be using my all-time favorite Altenew Obsidian ink. It is currently out of stock at the moment, but I'm going to leave the link down below just in case it comes back. Another thing that she asked us to use was enamel dots. That was on my use it up list. And then stickers was another thing. So I pulled out 2 sticker books, which is weird because that is what I rolled for my Build-A-Page. So I've got the stickers going on here. And then another thing on Wayfaring Panda's list was dye. I rolled it 3 times. So I have 3 different dyes that I will be using. This one here is really cool. It's by Stampin' Up, and it is a die and embossing combination. So the dies go in the embossing folder, and then you run it through all in one. I'm not doing a very good job because I've got everything all mixed up. But I do kind of go over it a little bit on this video, but not a whole lot. I promise I'll do a separate video for just these dies. The other die set that I pick out is this brand new to me All in Create die set. So here are the dies, and then they are in a little package. And then for my other dies, they actually come with stamps, and what's really cool is I rolled for my use it up is my stamps. So this one is the stamps and a die set. So my third set is a bonus because it comes with, it's like a double dipping, right? It not only comes with these really cool dies to cut out these leaves, but it comes with the third set of dies that I need as well. For my other rolling, I picked out, I actually rolled, and this is why I rolled a 6th time, is because 2 of the rolls were how many photos I was going to use. One was 1 to 3, and the other one was 4 or more. So I picked out 8 and then omitted the 1 to 3 because obviously I have more than 3. And so then I rolled for stickers. So here are the scraps that I'm going to be using. I've got my Mind's Eye scraps. I've got Vicky Bouton scraps. This is Minte scraps. I should stop saying the word scraps, but I do have a ton of scraps going on here. This was a leftover page kit that I put together from Baby Got Scraps back in the day. This is Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Essentials scraps. I've got some 49 and Market branding strips and scraps, and then that light wood grain. Sorry, I was reading to see if they were the same. This light wood grain here is from Cocoa Vanilla, so that was super exciting. And then here is another Minte scrap. I don't actually end up using this specific one. I wish I would have, but I thought the stars were kind of cute. And then from Creative Memories, I have this one here that is actually from their school little paper set that they had, and so that was supposed to be a chalkboard. So I ended up using that as well. And then the design is a bottom half design from Shayla's sketch. And so I wanted to just use a single page. That's why I printed all my photos in all these different sizes. But even with just these little bit of photos, I will still end up doing a double page layout because I have my husband actually pulling the fish up out of the water. Then he is sharing it with us. And because we catch and release, I took a picture of him taking it off of the hook. So it's, from catch to release pictures. I thought it was kind of cool. So I had to go out and get another piece of cardstock because now I realize that I'm going to end up needing 2 pages. Well, here's where I run into a small issue because now I don't have enough scraps to complete my pages. I can possibly skimpy down all these scraps, cut them all in half, and make the border going along the bottom uber super small, but then that defeats the purpose of the sketch. Like, it would be so small, it would be basically a footnote. Because of the scraps. I really like this combination that I have going on because my husband is on a dock that is white wood. So I really like the light cocoa vanilla wood piece that is going along the bottom. So then I decided, well, let me see. This is my biggest piece here. Let me see if I can cut it in half and get what I was looking for. And I really do like this, not as much as I liked the light wood. And so then I thought, well, I could cut this polka dot in half and I can bring it across. But no, I'm really liking the white wood. I do like this combination with the polka dots and the blue branding strip and the gray. I really do like that. And I have enough material to cut it in half. But instead, I went to my stash and pulled out a full sheet of this cocoa vanilla. I think I robbed Sandy when she brought this collection into her shop, and I think I ended up buying about 3 or 4 of these sheets of this gorgeous wood grain. So this is my last one. Oh, I'm so sad, but it's okay. I think I saved one to use in the Kit Conspiracy, so I do still have one to play with. But this one's going to get used in its entirety. So I went ahead and I cut it straight in half, and then I'm going to cut my polka dot in half so that way I can create a small border on top of my wood grain. But I just liked how the wood grain matched the dock that my husband was standing on. So I think that's one of the reasons why I was drawn to doing it instead of working with the supplies that I had. That definitely would have worked for sure. It would have cut down on all of my die cutting that I ended up doing, but it definitely, it would have worked, but I really like how the light wood grain ended up working with this whole layout situation always. All right, so I went ahead and I did all of my die cutting, you guys. Because my die cutter is super uber heavy, I don't bring it into the camera. It would have been super boring to watch me just run dies through the machine anyways, and I made a big old mess. So with that being said, I used some of the All in Create dies for my frames or for my photo mats. Now here I'm using my first stamp, which is from that same leafy collection, and I get my pinky in the ink. Oh my gosh, this ink is so juicy and so vibrant that, I mean, it was bound to happen. Every time I play with white cardstock, I get a goober on my layout. So what I'm going to end up doing is just making these little splotches, or I should say they're more like linen looking. It's like a linen. So I went ahead and I just stamped it over there, trying to cover up, and then I completely forget about it, you guys, and I don't even cover it up. Like in the end, I share with you guys how I didn't do it. So I cut out for my dies. I had a little frame on that stamp set and die set. And it was a frame that was just one corner. And what I'm doing is I cut the corner. I cut it at the corner. So now I have these hanging little leaves, and I'm putting them underneath my borders, so that way I can have my leaves already set up and where my clusters are going to go. So I'm super excited about that. And then here I wanted to share with you guys really quickly, and I don't know if I can talk this fast, but I was told to keep this video under 15 minutes, and there was no way that I could. So sorry, Annette, I tried. But here I was just sharing with you guys that the dies nestle in on the Stampin' Up side. So if you guys are curious which side they go on or get confused, it's always the side with the Stampin' Up logo. No matter which set you have, they have another set. Actually, I think they have a couple of sets that are these die and embossing folder combinations. because I'm using a print instead of a cardstock, I'm going to ink up my roughed up edges so you can see that embossing a lot better. But yeah, that is the whole trick to these, is you lay the dies in the embossing folder before you run it through. And then I already did the darker side. So what I'm going to do is layer up the inner bits onto the outer bits. So that way I have this really cool 3D looking tree ring from my emboss and die set. So it's super fun set, super easy to work with once you figure out where those dies are supposed to go. Now this was a 2-step die set. I don't think I could have put both dies in at once. I don't think so. Plus I don't know if I would have wanted to, because then I would have been cutting out the centers of my base pieces, right? My bottom tree rings. So, and for me, because I know this is going to be a flat layout, I'm going to go ahead and put dimension on my inner rings and then put them to the outer rings, right? So that way I have a dimensional look to this layout because everything is pretty flat. But yeah, for these dies, embossing and dies, it's just, for the Stampin' Up! Ones, just remember that they all go on, the dies go on the Stampin' Up! Logo side of the embossing folder with the die blade pointing up, right? So that's where you want it to go. And I apologize that it was such a brief and quick introduction. I promise I will do a better job at showing you from start to finish when I'm not on a time crunch. So here this was perfect because I had a sticker set or an alpha set inside my sticker book. So I'm going to go ahead and take that opportunity to create a title from that because at first I was like, what am I going to do for a title? Do I really need a title? Which no, not every layout needs a title. But this was perfect because from both sticker books, I was able to get out this fish, the word adventure, and then just a fishing adventure because this is our routine for about 2 weeks. Every time we go over to Huntington Beach, California, we go down to the dock. Well, not we. I sit out on the patio and drink my mimosas while my husband goes out on the dock and he fishes forever. Like he could do this all day long. And it's really cool seeing all the different types of fish and stingrays and sharks, not stingrays. They're not huge. They're not stingrays. They're just these little rays that they pull out. They're about the size of a dinner plate. But they're all different kinds of really super cool things that he pulls out of the marina. It is just super cool. And then I get to watch all the boats go out in the morning and just like so many boats leave the marina every morning. And then sometimes we see them come back, sometimes we don't. This particular trip, we actually had a Navy ship docked at the end of the marina. So every morning, the Coast Guard is out there telling people when they can and cannot leave the marina to go out into the ocean. So I thought that was pretty cool to watch that until the Navy ship left because they were here for either restocking or a training or some sort of event. But to me, I just thought that was super cool. All right, so off camera, I did all this die cutting. I did all of this stamping and die cutting of my leaves. I just didn't do it all on camera because, again, I was at a time crunch. And then these little squiggly lines were absolutely perfect for a fishing page, you guys, because they just look like the knotted up fishing line. That's what it looks like every time I go fishing anyways. So yeah, that's exactly what they looked like. I love the little fishing line next to the word fish, next to my title, I should say. And then I found a lot of fishing elements for my I just really like how this turned out, you guys. I really do. So lastly, what I'm going to be doing is my enamel dots. And yeah, so that is the end of this layout. I am so super excited. Like I said, by the time I was done with my layout, I don't even notice my little blob up at the top until I went to go share with you guys what, my close-ups, and that was it. So I may or may not do something over there. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. But now that it's here on the video, it kind of bothers me. I absolutely love the monochromatic look on this layout as well. I don't usually do monochromatic, but I am in love with this specific layout. So it was super fun. And lastly, on Annette's list was nature. And so that's where the nature came in, and how I ended up filling a grab 8 rather than a grab 5, thanks to my Build-A-Page as well. So that was super fun. Here are some close-ups for you guys to check out what all is there, and of course my uber mistake that I have going on. I could die cut out some more leaves and things and maybe just take the embellishments up a notch and around that page. I'll play with it, or not page, picture. I'll play with it and see if I like it or not, but I just really like how this turned out, and all the stickers that I got to use up from those sticker books, because the sticker books are definitely not my go-to books. So I'm glad that the stickers were on there. Wayfaring, Panda, Annette, congratulations on your uber super cool milestone. I congratulations. Shayla, thank you so much for such a fun sketch. And of course, as always, I have all the links down below for you guys to go check out everything. The playlists, the Facebook groups, the everything, you guys. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.